down, they're very good. It's a good start from both Matter and Cock. Getting the better exit, and both of them spun simultaneously. Heading into the Camel Straight, still going side by side as well. Side by side into the Curva Grande. Are they going to keep it side by side with Iceman? Yuri going for the dive bomb. Can he make it work? He's gone off a bit. And look at that. Oh, right here, right now. Otherwise, the undercut will not work. It's going to be very, very close. Iceman just gets ahead of Kyle there. Matter comes across the line, and he's your VSL Season 6 champion. Hello everybody and welcome along to VSL F1 Season 7. It's round number 3 and we head to Monte Carlo, known for its glitz and glamour for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's been on the F1 calendar since 1950, just like Silverstone, Spa and Monza alike. My name is Jess and joining me this week, as per usual, is Red Matt. How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing great. How are you, Jess?
I'm doing fantastic as well. This is a track where I'm almost certain some of the drivers don't like, some of the drivers do like, but it does take a lot of skill and precision to get right, and everyone wants to win here if you can nail these corners. And it is one of our first street circuits on the calendar as well, and it's going to be in the night time as well, I believe. And you're not going to see it at the moment, but me and Matt can see at the moment that it's raining in qualifying. We'll go through a little bit about that in a minute.
That's one ticket off the Migo card, wet quality. Everyone's going to absolutely love that. I'm going to see the in-group chat. ERT Cliffy. Wow, that's a quick name. I'm pretty sure. Is he quite a quick driver? Am I thinking of the other Cliffy? I think I'm thinking of the other Cliffy, aren't I?
He is one of our reserve drivers for tonight, as well as we got Kieran F1, also in the lobby as a reserve. Cliffy actually won a race around here in Monaco last night in another league. Not going to say which league it is, but he has won a race here, so he is quite fast as well. We only have 18 drivers, but before we go into our outlaps, we'll go through the drivers' standings. Flexi is leading by 42 points, and we got Carl in second on 35. Then we got third place with Deck on 30. Fourth is J-Luke with 26. And we got Matto on 20, joint with Iceman. Iceman's not here tonight. He's currently sorting his stuff out for uni. Best of luck to him, Iceman. Panos in with 19 points. Ryan Berry on 18. Tony on 13. Hayden on 12. Risky on 9. Pete on 6. Newgarden on 2, as well as Ahmed. Yuri on 1 with Lee. And M. Ryan, Goodlib, Mike and Kev yet to score and get on the ground. Constructors Championship, Williams are on 70, McLaren 48, Alfa Romeo 47, Alpine 31, Aston Martin 29, Ferrari 20, Mercedes 8 points, Red Bull 3 points, and again, AlphaTauri and Haas, just like in real life, yet to score. So without further ado, we are going to get into qualifying finally, as everybody now is on intermediate tyres.
And what's interesting, everyone's sort of going out onto track, so does that sort of indicate track conditions will worsen? I do not know, but I'm just trying to get a glimpse of the sky. There's a bit of blue sky towards the harbour, but I'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yes, indeed, as obviously it may get better, it may get worse, but if it gets better, they're probably not all out yet, so everyone is probably out. Now, Hayden has just gone past Sandoval. I think M. Ryan is on his lap as well. The man who actually made the bingo card for tonight, and he got his prediction right yet again. So well done to him as he heads past Beau-Rivage and into Massenet now, and then heading towards the casino section. One of my favourite parts on the track, actually. Make sure you get that absolutely right. And now you're going to be heading to the first part of Millbelt Alt, which there is a little bit of a runoff area if you get it wrong. And then this is a very tricky Millbelt hairpin, which, to be honest, I never get right. Don't know how these drivers get it right, as they now head towards Portier. Now clip that right-hand curb a little bit, not too much, because you end up spinning. This is the tunnel now, which I absolutely love on this game as well. Lovely engine sound too with that AlphaTauri. Will we get a first maiden winner just like 96 in Monaco, where I believe it was raining too. And watch out for that tunnel bit, as someone almost, you can invalidate there, as I've done a few times in the F1 game. Past to back now, and past the Nouvelle chicane into the back, and you're going to be heading towards the swimming pool section. Oh, and Ryan got very lucky there with not cutting that corner, and now heading towards Raskas. He's getting a little bit slidey at the moment, so it's not going to be a perfect lap, but at least he's going to get a lap time on at the board. What's he going to be? It's going to be a 126.374, sixth at the moment, close to the finishers so far, and then it's Hayden on pole position with a 123.514.
Well, with the wet conditions, I'm not 100% sure what a good lap time is, saying that, as Matters has gone 1.2 seconds clear of the field in the Williams, the ever so improving Williams team. But I was just looking further down the grid, those yellow flags earlier. It was the Haas of Mike, and there was a bit of a traffic jam there. Going to, I believe, the hairpin. I can't remember the hairpin name. I think it's the Grand Hotel hairpin. I think that's it. Am I right?
Well, you could call it many hairpins. It's either the Mirabelle hairpin or the Grand Hotel hairpin. The Grand Hotel hairpin, it's much easier to say. So should we go with that? Yeah, let's go with that, because I can't say the other one, and as some of you do know, I am rubbish at pronunciation. So here is the Monaco Meister in the Aston Martin Cliffy. Love the helmet, by the way, fitting the Aston Martin livery quite nicely. Actually, one of my favourite helmets of the season so far. I might do a helmet review, as Owen used to do in Jacko Car. I might do it at VSL. He's given me an idea there. But anyway, he's looking good so far. Purple sector 2. He almost hit the wall there, and he's got a Williams in front of him. I think there's only one Williams. Actually, no, there's both Williams this week. I thought Deck wasn't making it, but he is making it this week. Or someone else that I thought of that couldn't make it, as Ryan Berry's got a place grid penalty collision with Matt Ryan. More information in a minute, but Cliffy goes fastest with a 121.342. 6 tenths quicker than P2 of Panos, but he's gone faster in sector 2, but unfortunately Panos has invalidated.
I wonder what happened there. Was Matt Ryan just going slow and just went to the back of him? I missed that, I'm afraid. I just clipped off Matt Ryan for 1 second, and I see he gets a penalty. So I do apologise, I didn't quite see what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened either, but that means they will get the grid penalty. Will get added until the end of, well, basically the end of qualifying and to the start of the race. And,
bit of traffic at Mirabelle.
Mirabelle, actually, that's Mike and an Alpine and another Haas. So there's a Haas sandwich that Ryan Berry is in right now. Actually, no, it's an Alfa Romeo in front. The Haas and the Alfa Romeo liveries look so similar on the outside at times in the way. But anyway, Carl's on his out lap. Now, hopefully no one has got damage. And I think the damage model here is going to be more prevalent in this track rather than some other tracks. Spain is quite hard to get damage around there, unless obviously you bin it too much. But Monaco's a lot easier to do so as well. But seems like only the top 12 have got a lap in so far. But around Monaco, as I found out yesterday in the race, as long as you actually do a lap, you're actually going to qualify in a good position. And the most important thing is they won't be the alternate strategy pole position this time, as everyone will have free choice of tyres if the conditions don't improve. So that's a good thing. So will they start on mediums? Will they start on softs? More information's got to be that later on. We've got Akon about to start his out lap. The improving Williams team now on top of the Constructors and being very consistent this season. So he comes across the final corner. Carl is going past Mirabelle now as well. It's the rain is less intensifying than earlier on, or it might just be me. I don't know, but he goes through there as well. 10 minutes left to go, and I think we will also see a most common thing as well. A lot of people are going to be doing more than one laps on the intermediate tyres because they don't have enough to use for the weekend. So that's why the likes of Cliffy, Panos, Pete, Matter, Flexi, pretty much a whole top 8 are on more than one lap of intermediate tyres. Someone has had a bit of a slide there. As Matter has just blown the competition out the water, hasn't he? He's beaten the Monaco Meister at the moment. 121.1. Could be in the 120s very soon.
Yeah, indeed. I just remember having a previous league race where it was wet in a pre-season race while on the intermediates. The intermediates sort of performed very well on like their third hot lap, so it takes a couple of laps for these intermediates to really get going, as Kyle does a 1:22.1. A lot of time to find yet for Kyle, as he looks quite squirrely, but that time for Mata, he's starting to get with that car again now. He started the season off fairly slowly, but it looks like he's slowly getting on top of this game now.
Yeah, because it does take a while to get used to. I think you and me, obviously, we league race on this game as well, and we can echo what the sentiments everybody else is feeling, that you don't get used to it straight away. You may have a few setups to get used to as well, and there's lots of other things. So, and obviously he started off a bit slow last season, even though the game was there for quite a while, and look where he ended up. So he might still be champion with the way that he's performing right now. Maybe another win on his belt is just what he's looking for. Through Raskas Mata goes, and I didn't see what his set to 2 split was this lap, so we're going to see what it is this time. He is improving. First man into the 120s, Matt.
Unbelievable stuff from Mata. He is meaning business round here, but yeah, I was just going ooh earlier because Kyle almost lost it in the tunnel section, but I read somewhere, fun fact for Monaco, they have sprinklers, don't they, in the tunnel section to match the conditions of the circuit, apparently.
Ooh.
I didn't know until the other day.
I did not know that either. Interesting facts, and we've got some other facts as well if we need to bring them out if there's multiple safety cars, because one of the other bingo cars is that Matt Ryan predicted that there's going to be more than 3 safety cars. Well, 3 or more safety cars. I'm not sure about that. I did a race yesterday around Monaco, and it was simulation damage, so a lot worse than this. We only had 1 safety car, which, to be honest, it was quite hard to believe because there was a big pile-up early on in lap 2, I think it was, which I was involved in. But yeah, there was only 1 safety car, so it might mean that the safety car limit is probably decreased on this game. I don't know, with the new patch, or maybe that the instants weren't as there was a much deeper read. I don't know. Ooh, I do see someone on the soft, so the conditions may be getting better. I don't know. I'm running on board with Akon. I think it's still as it was at the beginning of the session, so I wonder if Matt Ryan is playing to his strength, maybe just looking at the delta, switch between the inters and the softs. That's what I do when I figure out which is the right time. If it goes down drastically, I know it'll be the right time to go out from the inters to the softs, but it's nowhere near ready. The track's still damp, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I mean, no one's DNF'd yet. And I'm the one who's going to say that, not you.
Oh, you said it now. You said it now.
Yeah, but I'm just surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well.
Panos
as well, who joined mid-season last season. Currently sitting P1 at the moment with a 120.758.
Cliffy on the lap.
Cliffy on a lap as well. But he's a thing about 2 seconds slower than his previous best. Yeah. But he is on fresh rubber, and I found on this game, if you're on worn rubber on some of your lap, then you'll probably perform a lot better. So I think Cliffy's going to perform a lot better on this lap. Who else is on a lap? I think we've got Mike M, who's on a lap 2. There's quite a bit of a pile up again going through Portier and into the tunnel, and Panos has moved out the way, as I've done a few times yesterday in the race I did. Quite an awkward place to do it, but it does work when you move out the way. As Panos, Akon's on a lap as well. Panos actually did some lap on 6 lap old tyres, so I remember this in when I was watching a one-hub race. Someone did that on 6 lap old tyres, a pole lap, which was insane, but they weren't using it in the race. So what could you do? And Akon, yes, if you're wondering what the U was for, Akon has been validated. Unfortunately.
One thing I will fret, because I'm not gonna lie, I just now and then like to go around Monaco because I love Monaco. I love driving Monaco. I know it sounds daft, but it's a very on-edge circuit. But there's a bump through the swimming pool section where do you know, to exit to back the left and then the right hander, there's like a little bump there if you turn in a bit too early, and that could really make you lose your rear and crash at turn 15. So I reckon we will see a driver lose your rear there as Cliffy now raises the mark to a 23. But it's worth watching through the swimming pool section to see how people take that.
Oh, so more people are going on the soft compounded tyres then, and it is hardly any rain now, so it is going to be a dry end to the race. So that's why Matt, Ryan and Sam are just waiting for a moment. Panos is doing the same, so again, it's too damp to go out yet, so I wouldn't go out at the moment, but that is going to be a quite interesting end. I haven't seen a wet to dry qualifying in yoinks. I haven't commentated on a wet to dry. I commentated on a dry to wet quali. It was a bit of a anti-climax, but wet to dry quali makes it a lot more exciting, which means it could be anyone's for the taking for pole position, and I think it would be the last person to cross the line to do a lap will be probably the first person to get the only person to get pole position, as Ryan Berry just hit the wall for good measure into the pit lane. And some people on the internet now think that the conditions are not going to get any better, which is a bit of a risk, but it's still slippy. There's still some spray. So, and Cliffy again is just...
we have Newgarden in the wall.
Oh, careful! Oh, Newgarden's almost hit the Aston Martin of Cliffy, I think. But yeah, Cliffy has gone 5 tenths quicker than Panos on his last lap. I told you that he was on much worn tyres, he'll go quicker, and he's running out of fuel as well, so he will be going into the pits again. Set one final lap, and hopefully it would improve for the soft tyres. But there's some tracks where, in some lobbies where the track dries out very quickly in these type of scenarios, but there's some moments like this, it seems, where it's not seemed to be improving in some elements of the track. There's some quite damp bits, so I think some people are not braving the softs right now and are going back to the inters again as Deck has left the session, sadly.
That's unfortunate. He'll rejoin, but it's strange because I think it's just a graphical glitch of this game, because you look in some sectors, the track's bone dry, but in the first sector it's soaking wet through. So I'm guessing that's just a graphical error on my behalf, but that's what I'm seeing at the moment. Like, first sector's completely dry, the middle sector's completely soaking wet through.
Well, I've seen that in Spa in real life, where there were some bits of the track where it was raining more than others as well, in particular sector 2, so we could see something similar, and I think the rain's coming down again. So it was dry a little bit, and now it's raining again, and now it's dry. So it might be a graphical error, I don't know. I'm not sure, but no one's on the softs, so we're not going to see some soft runs, which is a shame, but...
Someone was going to do it.
Yes, to be honest, if someone was going to do it, it would probably be me, but I'll probably end up in the wall or something, so... Luckily, I'm not the one racing, as Newgarden's got a damaged front wing again, and he's braving... Wow, he's braving the elements, but he wants to get a lap in, but starting at the back around Monaco is not too bad, and we have our first retirement of Kev, who binned it in turn... Sandevot, actually. He actually binned it in Sandevot. Oh, God. And then Cliffy is out as well, but I think he retired in the pit lane. And he retired in the pit lane, so he's happy with his lap. His teammate, Risky, for tonight anyways, on an out lap. It's trying to find people on laps is quite difficult at the moment because they're on...
Flex is about to start his lap.
Flexy's about to start his lap as well. We've got an AlphaTauri. I'm trying to find on the... I can't see. Oh, it's M. Ryan who's about to start his lap 2. Then we got an Alpine of probably... Tony, who's about to finish off his first lap. Not going to be pole, but what's it going to be? 1:23.1, so he does not improve, so he gets to go again. He does have the time. He just crossed the line in time. Ryan Berry and Mata won't have time. We've got a Alfa Romeo of Kyle. Kieran's got a 5 place grid penalty now, again with M. Ryan, so not good for him, but Kyle, 1:20.8 P4, good lap time from him. We got Risky,
Uh,
who has invalidated. And then we got a McLaren. Is it Pete or is it Flexi? It is Pete, who comes towards Raskas now. He has invalidated. Oh, what is going on with the invalidations today? Panos sees a bit of debris on track through Raskas. He has invalidated also. Hayden, who's here this week, has unfortunately invalidated too. M. Ryan, has he invalidated? Oh, for goodness sake. Yes, he has. What's next? I think it's a Williams of Deck. Nope, he's already done a lap. So it might be an Alpine, actually, of Tony. Yeah, it is Tony. Hard to tell the colours these days. He has not invalidated, but he's had to find a little bit of a bump going towards the final corner. But what is his lap time going to be? Only 3/10 slower. And I think that's it, unless Kieran could do any better. Nope, he goes into the pit. So Cliffy had pole for quite a long time there. 120.238.
Well, that was an uneventful end of qualifying session. I thought it was going to dry up. I mean, it looks dry for us, but, you know, it looks like it's a graphical glitch again. But so far so good from the game's behalf, and we seem to have that glitch again of where we have to wait for the time to go down. I think we're waiting for Kai. I think Kai needs to retire.
Yes, he does need to retire, because sometimes the game does let you retire like that, but sometimes it does not. But yeah, luckily the game has let him retire, so it is all good. So we could go through the qualifying results for you. So we've got Cliffy on pole by 0.5 of a second, a big margin in these wet conditions. In the wet, people have mixed ability, so most people practice for the dry, not the wet, so it is to be expected. So we have Cliffy, Panos, Matter, Kyle, Pete, Yuri, Kieran, Flexi, Hayden, Ryan Berry. That is your top 10. Then we got Tony P, Kev, M. Ryan, Mike, Acorn, Ahmed, Risky, Newgarden. With Risky and Newgarden did not set a lap time, but around Monaco, starting right at the front or right at the back is advisable. So I don't think Risky and Newgarden won't mind too much, as long as there's not a big pile up at the start.
Yeah, but I'll be interested. Those in the midfield will probably opt to go for the medium tyres. If the soft runners don't pull away as much as possible, you know, they'd be stuck behind the medium runners, and the medium runners will know full well that they'll be burning up their tyres trying to get past them. But it is a two-stop here, so I'm interested to see what strategies people will make here, and safety cars not out of the question either around here. So
Yep, as I found out yesterday as well, and we'll be seeing the first time because we had a new performance patch update. But one of the other bits on the update as well, that this is one of the tracks where it has the Aston Martin safety car. So we're more than likely going to be seeing that for the first time tonight. Up to be honest, I do prefer that to the Mercedes safety car. Not gonna lie, looks nicer. I think it's also Bahrain where it's also in the game. Not entirely sure what other tracks. I'll need to look at the patch notes for that one. But Monaco is one of them, and that's great to see. And I only saw a glimpse of it once yesterday, as I did actually catch up to the safety car rep. One plug before we get to the main event. Make sure you check out our sponsors, Rogue Energy. You could use the code VSL F1 for 10% off, and you can go onto their website, rogueenergy.com, to check out their drinks and other stuff. So that is who we're partnered by this season. Make sure you check them out. rogueenergy.com is their website.
that sounds very nice. Get me one of them drinks any time of the day. But yeah, it's nice to see people have adhered to the 2-minute rule. I don't think we had that last week, did we not? No, I wasn't here last week, so
I wasn't paying attention, but I think they did follow the 2-minute rule last week as well. So because I think there was a bingo card there as well. So yeah, everyone seems to be doing well, but I think we're going to keep an eye on to see if the reserve drivers, I think, follow that rule. But I think they've been told in the chat, so no excuses for them, because otherwise they would be in I think it hasn't been 2 minutes yet. So we'll just give us a moment. Oh, there we go. It has been 2 minutes. It is all good. Jobs are good in. So we are all good to go for the race. So it is either going to be either soft to mediums or medium to soft, but there is an option of using the hard compounded tyres for 35 laps if your race goes horribly wrong. So you can pit from, I think, lap 4, lap 5 onto the hards till the end if you feel like your race is compromised. To be honest, the hards feel not too bad around Monaco, actually. It feels pretty good. I could stay out on it for most of the session. Tyre doesn't degradate too much. So we'll look at the tyres as I get the telemetry up.
Very mixed.
Very mixed, but it is to be expected because obviously everyone had the free choice. But let me get the thingies up. There we go. So we've got Cliffy, Panos, Yuri on the softs as well as Risky. We've got Flexi on the hards, and everybody else, majority of the field has gone for the medium compound tyres. Any surprises there?
Flexi, I'd say, but I have a feeling because you have to do 2 stops for VSL, I believe. I think.
No, you don't. That was last season.
That was last. Oh gosh.
It's not one hub. It's not Jagger car. They can do 1 stopper.
That's what I keep getting confused with. Yeah, I'm supposed to be I'm admin of this league, and
So am I.
Other things. But what I was going to say is Flexi looks like he's going to hard, soft, but never mind. It looks like if you can stay out of bother, out of trouble, hard to soft tyres at the end. So I'm interested to see what Flexi can do. If he can keep a cool head, he'll be the one to watch this race. But I reckon Cliffy will romp away as he has had experience around here already of a 50% race. So he's the one to beat today, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I think Mata starting in 3rd. He could be one to watch tonight, as well as, I would say, Flexi as well, our current championship leader. So, stuff that we predict might come into fruition tonight, who knows? But let us know your predictions in the chat. Don't forget you can follow us on our social media at VSL_F1 on Twitter. That is on the overlay below. Cheeky plug there. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube. Turn that red button into a grey one if you please. That'll be lovely. Subscribe to us. Turn notifications on and click that thumbs up button as well. I know some of you have done that already. So the 5 red lights are coming on. Cliffy on pole. Panos alongside. And it is lights out. And away we go. No heroics into Sandevort, please, as the actual Williams driver is getting a much better start. The 2 McLarens are going a bit feisty into Sandevort at the moment. Is everyone going to make it clean through that? I don't think anyone's gone off. I think everyone has made it through. Oh, someone's gone off actually. That is a Deck that might have had a bit of a moment. Yes, he has in the background, but the top runners have had no problems at all. But Panos has overtaken Cliffy and is now in the race lead. So Cliffy may have not had the best of getaways compared to everybody else, but Panos is just on fire at the moment. Carl's up to 4th. Pete is doing well on the McLaren as well as Yuri and Hayden. I think Flexi's dropped a little bit, or he stayed down in 8th, I don't know, but a relatively clean start for pretty much everyone apart from a few drivers.
Rock Kai going down the inside of Kevrisky into the chicane. Kevrisky had to take evading action. Will he give the position back? Yes, he does. A nice little move there from Kai there. It looks like he's underfueled that Haas car, but the 2 Haas drivers did come together of Mike and Kai up. I forgot the name of the circuit again. Up Bay Rivage. So I'm surprised he didn't actually lose his wheel because it was a hefty whack into the barriers. We have the Alfa Romeo Sauber of Hayden into the pits.
I wonder what the record of pit stops going to be tonight, Matt. I'm going to say the person that makes the most pit stops. I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm going to say there's the person with the most pit stops will have 5. I know it's not that extreme, but it's not simulation damage, so I'm going to say 5. But you may beg to differ. No safety car on lap 1, which is a relief for all of us because we get some real racing. Not much overtaking opportunities actually around this track, so ideally if you got the track position early on, it may help you towards pretty much most of this race. And even if you're on fresher tyres, remember with Ayrton Senna and Mansell, they were fighting, and the one that came out on top was the person with the Warner tyres, so we may see something similar here as well. I kind of wish it was in the night time, but unfortunately the host forgot to change it tonight, which is not ideal, but hey ho, at least we get to see Monaco in the flesh anyway. Panel setting the fastest lap. DRS will be enabled next lap, I believe. I think it is lap 3. Yes, it is lap 3. And there's only one DRS straight into the start-finish straight. So I think the only other track which only has one is Japan, I believe, as well. So those are the two tracks that only have one. So, yeah, they got a thing on their feet a little bit as well around here.
Yeah, for sure. I was just going back to the history of F1 of Mansell. I was at Mansell and Senna as Mike is in the wall.
Oh.
The chicane at turn 16.
Past the sink swimming pool, and
that's the one.
Well, it's not quite a swimming pool, but past it. He manages Rascasse all right, though, but he is also in. Oh, he just pitted as well, so he's pitted again for his second stop. And I don't think he has enough tyres left to use. I think most of them will be used now, unless he goes on another set of cars. And we just have a glimpse of a Aston Martin safety car in the flesh as Mike goes in on mediums. And no one else is pitted though, I don't think. Hayden is going a lot slower than everybody else, same with Risky, but I'm guessing they're taking it a bit cautious because they are predicting not many finishes today, and top 12 do score points, and if you do finish, you get rewarded, as some people find that in Monaco races in the past. I think we raced here every season in VSL around Monaco, and it's always a pleasure to watch, but sometimes taking it cautious and getting points is better than pushing it and then ending up in the wall and then you're probably retiring from the race. So, but it depends how confident you are on the track. If you're really good at this track, you can push it, like Cliffy and Panels are doing at the moment.
Yeah, they're rumping away there, but it looks like they're cutting that corner, but it's okay on this game. I'm pretty sure when it first came out, this game,
you do get warnings. You do get warnings in that corner and in the tunnel, and you do get penalties quite quickly. So, because I know in the last game it used to throw you straight with a 3-second penalty, whereas on this game it's a bit more lenient, I would say. But Cliffy's got the DRS. He's not quite close enough. How about Kieran on Tony? And we've got Tony on Flexi as well. So we've got a 3-car fight for, what was it, P7 at the moment, as Risky picked up the first 3-second time penalty of the session. Not where I thought it was going to be. And that's before Casino. Oh, Hayden spun in 17th. And that is swimming pool again. A lot of people seem to be binning it there, but the sun can blind you a little bit as well, so it is inevitable. Because I know some people have racing line turned on. So, yep, he goes into the pits for, I believe, his second stop. But at least I believe he has some hards to use, so he can go on those. And if he keeps out of trouble until the end of the race, at least he can stay on them, and those tyres would make it to the end. It does last 35 laps, and we've got 35 laps to go of this Grand Prix. Kieran has picked himself a 3-second time penalty right now, but he's looking for every bit of traction to get past the McLaren driver, and he's got a ghosted car in front as well, or I might be wrong. It might be a lapped car. Yeah, it is a lapped car of Mike, who is luckily ghosted, so they can still race, luckily, and go through each other, but sometimes they move out the way anyway, just in case. Another yellow flag. There's going to be yellow flags everywhere. It might just be people moving out the way, so scrap my theory behind that. But apart from obviously a few casualties at the back, everybody seems to be a-okay at the moment, as we almost had a scare for Cliffy and Panos there, and past Mirabel and into the tunnel, and they seem to be alright so far. No moves. It's turning into a possession race at the moment.
Yeah, I was just looking back to when LGN Hayden spun. It was from the section I warned about earlier, through the swimming pool chicane. It looked like he hit the bump and they just tried to correct the rear. As I think we had the McLaren spun. Is that Pete? Is that Knighton? Yes, it is. Is he clipped the inside wall?
Oh, so I'm trying to see if he's got any damage from that, and if he has damage, it's probably minor damage that he's got. So, bit of a shame for Pete there, as he's probably got a warning for cutting a little bit of that swimming pool section, which you can. The swimming pool section, you can go away with a little bit of track extending, as I found out. So I think that's what Pete has done. He actually got away with that scot-free. Lucky him. Lucky Pete. So he's carrying on with his teammate Flexi in P7. Flexi's actually catching up to his teammate, and I wonder if there's going to be any team orders. I wonder if Andreas Seidel and Zach Brown are talking to each other and saying, right, should we let them race or team orders? But I know in real life they do apply some team orders, but at least the drivers are understanding with those. But for some of the time they let them race as well. It just depends on the situation, and that rewarded the McLaren boys on Sunday. And we saw the Guard of Honour in real life actually on the McLaren Twitter, which welcomed both the drivers into the MTC again, congratulating them on their 1-2 over the weekend, and they got their trophies and everything, and they were revving the cars, and that was all good. So I wonder if McLaren will get double points again in VSL. We'll have to wait and see.
Yellow flag in sector 2. There's the Aston Martin. Is that risky in the wall? Yes, it is. He's got no front wing. I'm surprised there's been no VSC yet, but there's been the amount of times I've seen drivers absolutely clobbered the barrier.
Pete spun, and Pete's got to be careful with a return to track, but luckily there's no reset to track for him. And we got another yellow flag. That's probably Pete again going very slowly. So he's going to have to limp it to the pits, which, I am dreading how that's going to be for him right now. With a damaged car, that is not good. I do remember there was a rule in one league where if you don't have enough damage, you can't really pit on the safety car until the end of the first green flag lap. And I had to limp it home from the end of the safety car period until the end of the first green flag lap, and it was awful, absolutely awful. So I think, actually no, it doesn't look like Pete has that much damage. It's hard to tell on this game, but it might be terminal, it might be just like floor. Hopefully it's not floor. It might be, but it's hard to tell. I don't think it's rear end, but we are seeing some more bottles and moves being made. We got a train as well past Sander Watt. That is an Aston Martin, and that's two Aston Martins and a Ferrari, and I think they're already being lapped by them. Yes, they are. So
Kai and Tony are quite close on a track, like just a tenth behind as we go up through a Massine. They're probably the closest battle on track at the moment, but riding on board with Cliffy and Panos. Cliffy has like no overtake to use. Panos has been saving his and not really been using any of his at all. But saying that, I'm looking at Kai. He still has 86% overtake.
Wow. So I'm guessing he's not confident. But I did say earlier on in the stream that a track, it's so hard to overtake. This track is a track where it's used for the Triple Crown as well. Other tracks that are used there as well as the Indy 500 and Le Mans as well. So I wonder if some people have other games that they can play to actually complete that. I kind of wish it happens, to be honest, as well. Maybe with NASCAR, the NASCAR Heat game, you could do that maybe. I know some people play that, but I may need to have a go with that sim as well. But yeah, Kieran is being very brave not to use his ERS yet, but he's on low fuel as well. He saw the yellow warning light as well, so he's got to conserve a little bit. Now we've got our first pitter, which is actually strategic. He's not got any damage or anything, but he's going in to the pit lane for the mediums. I'm just trying to see. It will make it to the end. It lasts 29 laps, so that is an undercut for the Red Bull driver as he comes out of the pit. You got to be careful not to cross the pit lane exit line, because otherwise you will get a penalty, which he hasn't done, I don't think. But you probably got a warning for that. You are allowed a warning. If you do it again, if you stop again, you will get a penalty, as Risky gets another one as well. But will Panos and Cliffy box this lap? I think they might have to, but they'll probably get away with coming out in front, because the gap is huge.
Mata has gained. Look at this now, the medium tires are really starting to come into their zone now, and Cliffy and Panos need to keep an eye on their rear now. But like the blinking LED of Cliffy riding on the board with Mata indicating to Mata he has little overtake left. It's really hard to gain the ERS back round at Monaco, so Mata would know that. So something to bear in mind later on in the race if there is no safety car, which surprisingly there hasn't been yet.
Touch wood. Matt Ryan won't like that, because that's what he put in his bingo card, but I wouldn't mind that, because I don't like safety cars around Monaco. It just takes up a lot more time, but it just goes to show the high caliber of drivers on this grid, and they're actually keeping it clean, and he can race around Monaco. As Matt Ryan is in as well. I think it is for strategy. It might be, as he manages... Oh, he's got front wing damage, and he's going on soft, so I wonder if he held onto that front wing damage for quite a bit, if it was minor, or maybe he got it a few laps ago. We'll see. We got another yellow flag. That is an Alfa Romeo. It's not Kyle, it's the other one.
It's from Hayden, I think.
Hayden, yeah, who's a few laps down at the moment. Oh, he's got... Surprisingly, he's still going, which is great to see. Shows that you never give up. We've still got 18 runners out of 18 that signed up for this race, so job's a good one. To be honest, if there was no points for grabs, and if I was like 2 or 3 laps down, I would give up, but they have more mentality than I do, so fair play to all of them, as Mata has closed up again to Cliffy. Are we getting a Max Verstappen Hamilton situation? We might do, but this time with 3 cars then. As Mata looking very comfortable. That may be the sign that Cliffy and Panos need to think about. Soft only lasts for 13 laps around this track, and Mata, I think, will probably set the fastest lap. Don't forget the mediums could go for 29 laps, so but you can probably have hit a few laps earlier. We've got more moves being made in the background as well. Another yellow flag. That is an Aston Martin. It's not Cliffy, it's the other one of Risky, who's had a bit of an off. They're not pitting the top 2, which is quite surprising, actually. The only one that started on the softs that's still in this race, that have been on these tyres since lap 1. Same with the memes, actually. I think the top 8 are having a stellar job and keeping it consistent. Another yellow flag. That is Ahmed. Oh, that was a close encounter there.
But it's really close now between the top 3 now. Panos and Cliffy. I believe if they pit now, will they come out in traffic? I mean, Kyle is just sort of in no man's land now at the moment. He's just sort of just having a nice, calm, collected race now at the moment. So we've got a yellow flag in sector 1, and yeah, it's the Aston Martin again of Risky. He's having a bit of a shocker today. Unfortunately, he's really struggling with this track and the balance of his car, it looks like, around here today. But
he spun again into Casino, and he's... Oh, that might be diffuser damage, because when you reverse into a wall like that, that will definitely be diffuser damage, or even front wing damage.
This be our first Tyres.
I think he's probably given up by the looks of things from the way that he's driving his car, so...
5 second time.
Unfortunately, he's slowing down as well, and he's under AI control, so one of his controllers disconnected. Nope, he is back.
Panos is in the pits.
Panos in the pits then, so he's gone for the undercut and pulled the trigger on everybody else to follow. Well, Cliffy to follow, so Panos and Flexi, that was close. Flexi just comes out ahead, but Flexi will still need to make a stop later on in the race, as we got our first retiree of Hayden. Where is that? See if I can
pit lane.
In the pit lane, okay, so no safety car, but Panos needs to have the best outlap he can to make sure he stays ahead of the Aston Martin of Cliffy, and Cliffy will need to have a brilliant in-lap. As McLaren having a nice fight with Panos again as well. Panos needs to get past soon, because otherwise Cliffy will be ahead with the clear air that he's got right now, so he won't be fighting Panos anymore.
And Flexi's lost the rear, and that was an easy move for Panos there. The hard tyre doesn't seem to be working around here, so that's Panos. A nice little sigh of relief as he now goes to cut down on that pit window. And will Cliffy pit? No, he does not. Is he basking on the safety car?
I think he might be, you know. I think we're getting into that lifespan territory where the softs tend to run out. So, yeah, Cliffy is pushing it. But like we said earlier, he has done a race at Monaco on this game and has done quite well. So, he is more experienced than everybody else as he's about to lap Ahmed. So, I think everybody from, 13th down was his lap. So, that just shows how quick pretty much the top half of this field are. And Panos, I think, has got some clear air now, because he's got 10 seconds adrift to the next car, which is ERT Kyle, and then a further 5 seconds to the guys in front. Pardon?
Kai and Tony on track, they were literally almost inside each other at one point going in through the
Oh god. Hopefully not a desync issue.
Not a desync, like it's just a phrase, like he almost had his front wing in the diffuser of Tony, and Tony seems to get a really good exit through the tunnel to Kai's frustration. So yeah, Monaco, it's hard to overtake. You have to be a genius to know that, but as saying that, Cliffy is now in the pits.
Yep, he goes in then. So where is he going to end up? That is going to be the factor that is going to be on everybody's lips, including my own and Red Matt's as well. I can't remember how long the pit lane loss around here. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Well, it might have been a minor front wing damage, so Panos is comfortably ahead. He's miles ahead. So he must have had a slow pit stop. So let me just have a look at Race Director. I don't usually do it, but I want to check pit stops.
Okay.
Cliffy. Oh, yes, he has a front wind change because he had a 8.357 second stop. So, yeah, he had front wind damage. Don't know where he got it, but it was enough to warrant a change. He might have got it early on in the race and he was just driving along with it. And if he was driving along with it for the whole 13, 14, 15 laps, fair play, Cliffy. But that means now there's a big gap between himself and Panos, and he's got to make sure that he recovers, because it's going to be very difficult for him now to win this race, which gives more people the opportunity now as well, because we could see people on the alternate strategy. I think Cliffy would hope for a late safety car, I think, to get back into this race. We don't know what the weather is for the rest of this race, as he's caught up to the back of Kieran, who's about to lap Deck, who I think is still not in the lobby. He's having internet issues. So I think Cliffy will clear Acon. He does. He's got a bit of slipstream as well, and DRS, which will help. So he's now going to focus on this big train. He's not going to like the dirty air at all, though.
Something like that now between Kyle. I think Kyle Amato is going to wait to around lap 25, maybe lap 29 to go onto the soft tire. We've got a yellow flag here. It's the Haas. Is it the Haas of Kai?
Kieran, I think someone had a bit of a spin, but I wasn't quite sure who that spinner was, which was
Cliffy,
a bit of a...
right on the back of Tony. I'm sorry to interrupt. Is he going to go for a move here down at the chicane? He's going to be late on the backs. No, he's not. But Tony has just kept in front with them fresh tyres of Cliffy. Cliffy will be screaming to get past the rear as we have the Aston Martin of Risky again in a spin. I'm surprised he's still going as the rear end of that Alpine. Cliffy has gone into the back of Tony. I hope he hasn't got any front wing damage from that.
I hope not. Otherwise we'll have to go into the pits. But, as Risky's out of the race. Risky is out the race. It might be a pit lane retirement.
It goes around the outside the turn one. I do apologise to butt in. Is that Cliffy now up into P5? Yes,
there
it is.
We go.
Brakes, and that is moved done. And just so Cliffy can now go on the hunt of Panos, but he has to clear that lovely papaya of a McLaren of Flexi. So still all to play for.
Definitely all to play for the Aston Martin driver. He is on fire right now. I'm just looking at the gap between himself and the leader. That is 21 seconds, so it is cutting it tight right now, but between him and Panos is about 11 seconds. So if he keeps up with the pace that he's been showing, maybe, you never know, but he's got to get past Flexi first, which it is easier said than done. Pete and Mike are in the pits at the moment. Pete onto fresh mediums, which will go until the end of the race. As Cliffy's right on the back of Flexi into Tabat now. And now heading towards swimming pool right now. Swimming pool chicane is very tricky with that bump. And is he going to go for a move towards Raskas? Maybe a cheeky dive up the inside?
Bianchi?
No, he's not going to try. He's not too risky. But surely he's going to make the move here. As Flexi does not challenge Cliffy for the move. I think Flexi's picked his own battles there because he knows he has to stop soon. So well done to Flexi there. And Cliffy's now up to 4th.
Yeah, Flexi, I think, just knows he doesn't have the mechanical grip of Cliffy, and it's just not worth trying to defend that position and risk giving damage to your car as well as theirs. So I think Flexi's just looking for sort of like a good top 6 finish here. So
yeah,
any battles on track now? It's all sort of hit a
bit of a lull moment.
Yeah, still Kai and Tony following each other on track, but. Yeah, we'll sort of have to wait till around late lap 20, about 26, 27. It's whoever pulls the undercut now, and that will trigger the next set of pit stops.
Yes, but I think for the ones that have just pitted, obviously they only have to do one stop, so these will go to the end. But the ones that are on the mediums now that have been on since the start, so Matta and Carl, who will blink first out of each of them, we will find out very shortly. We have got, I think, Sam that's going to go. I don't know how long Sam is going to go, to be honest, with these hard tyres. He's playing a big risk. And Tony is on the hards. Does that mean he's got no other tyres to use? I don't know, or because I think he started on mediums. And I don't think he's comfortable going on the soft later. So at least if he pits now, he doesn't have to worry about boxing again, because those hards could definitely go into the end. It lasts 35 laps, for goodness sake. So Tony's in a comfortable 8th, but he does have a time penalty. Panos all the way to Tony has time penalties, as well as Emrine, Pete, Ahmed, and Mike as well, who's pitted again. How many stops has Mike had? I think it's over our prediction at the moment, so let's have a look.
Still short shifting.
Yeah, this will be his 4th stop. Not good for Mike, not good for Haas either.
What I was going to say, because I think nearly all the drivers were expecting a safety car. I've seen a couple of drivers under fuels who have a yellow flag. I think that's just a back marker letting Cliffy by. But as he's about 7 on the fast lap, is he? No, he's not. But I'm just riding on board with Kyle now. He is short shifting so much, he's lifting and coasting. This way he's going. Look behind now. Panos is all over the rear of Kyle. Kyle is trying to save fuel as well, so I reckon this is going to be a short fight for Kyle here.
Yeah, I think Kyle will probably have to let the Ferrari of Panos through, because otherwise he's probably going to regret it later into the tunnel section right now. Kyle is defending for his life. He's using all the techniques in the world with his gearbox to let Panos not go through, but there was a bit of contact there. Not much space left at all for any of the drivers. Kyle was going for too many risks. Panos wanted to go for that move, and does he have to box? I don't know. He is struggling a little bit, but I think he will just get away with a light touch. I don't know, but let's see if he dives it into the pits. He does not, so he got away with it. Thank goodness. I think it was just a banging wheels moment, as Pete does get himself a time penalty. Other yellow flag is people moving out the way, which is all goodians. At least they're following the rules and not getting a drive-through penalty because of it, or a stop go. As Keb gets past Newgarden into the tunnel. I think we're mainly seeing the moves, I think, into turn 1 in Sandoval and in the tunnel section. I think you can't really get the moves done there, as we've got more moves happening on the grid with Panos and Kyle.
Kyle is making his, I was about to say Sauber, but his Alfa Romeo Sauber, technically, is it? He's making the Alfa Romeo as wide as possible. Panos will be itching to get in front of that Alfa Romeo, but you just can't get quite close enough. Is he going to be late on the brakes? No. it's really frustrating. Panos as you can just see the delta going down of Cliffy gaining. It's like a second a lap. Cliffy is now gaining because he is now stuck behind the Alfa Romeo. There's been contact. I think that's definite front wing damage for Panos there. Surely that was a massive clap to the rear of Kyle.
And look who has caught up very, very quickly. The Monaco merchant himself, Mr. Cliffy there. So with Penalties' mistakes and being held up by Kyle, it's allowed Cliffy to claw back the amount of time that he needed. So the race win could still be his. Let's check Penalties. Panos will not get the race win as it stands because he's got a 6-second penalty. Cliffy's only on 3, so this could be interesting. So Cliffy may not have to fight this one.
With Kyle, he might appeal his penalty because he had to sort of cut the chicane. Otherwise, that would have risked getting damage. With Panos' P, is he crashed or is he just retired?
Let's go on board with Deck. He is left. I think he's has he retired on track? He might have done actually. Yeah, he has. He has retired on track, which I don't think you're meant to do in VSL, and he's not setting a good example, especially since he's one of the admins here.
Unless something emergency has happened whilst as Panos is
Yeah,
now...
it might be. If it was an emergency, then understandable. It might be, actually. And if it is, hope his situation sorts himself out soon. Panos is going to try and get a move. Sander Vot then. This is his moment. Don't bang wheels, please. But Panos is not giving up. That is how you overtake around Monaco, folks. Like that. And Carl's going to go for the switchback of dreams. Oh my goodness, this is accelerating racing through Casino Square now. Cliffy can just play the back seat here and just wait for any of those two drivers to make a mistake. Now heading towards the Mirabeau hairpin, or as we like to call it, the Grand Hotel hairpin. Oh, Carl's made a mistake. We've got Cliffy that could go around the outside of both of them if those two are not careful. Cliffy tries to go past one into the tunnel. My oh my, this racing could go on for days. This is incredible. As Penalties is pulling away, Cliffy could go around the right hand side of the tunnel. Hopefully, no damage.
Oh no.
Cliffy has binned it and made contact with Kyle there. That is unfortunate. That has brought Panos back into this race. That is a shame for Cliffy. Let's look at his damage, actually.
He's got damage. He'll be pitting. He'll have to pit. He's got damage.
Would it be for softs? Would it be for softs?
It will be for the soft tyre. It looked like for me on Kyle, he sort of clipped the tyre barrier, it bounced him into Cliffy. But, yeah, I'd be interested to see the steward's verdict on that one. As you know, one of our stewards actually don't race on the game, so we do get quite like proper non-biased.
Yeah, Brandon's the other steward who's not racing this season. He did race last season, but he's mainly on PT now, but he has agreed to join us in the stewards room. So thank you, Brandon, for offering your support. He's done a good job so far in the stewards room. So we would continue his help in the room now as well. But yes, all of us stewards are obviously don't race, and obviously us two as commentators, we can see what's going on track as well. So we have an insider view as to what is happening with those instances as well. And I expect that the stewards room is going to be very busy after tonight. But let's cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, but side by side through like half the track around Monaco is just unheard of. It was unfortunate the way it ended, but you know, some of these corners only one car can sort of fit through, especially now the size of modern Formula 1 cars. It's unheard of around Monaco. Side by side through the Grand Hotel, that's just something I've just not seen on this game at all.
I tried doing it once and it did not end well, so I'm not doing it again. But these guys, obviously, they're much better in the game than me. And they do a much better job, as Kev is doing quite a job as well. He'll be in the points, and don't forget anyone who's racing, who's still racing, basically, they're still eligible for a fastest lap, 2 fastest lap points if you get the fastest lap, if you're anywhere in the top 15 now. So I wonder if some people who's got a comfortable gap or is out of this race completely, like Mike, for example, or Matt Ryan, could go for the fastest lap. That's what I would do, to be honest, because that would help you get the extra points you needed to get your championship carried on or underway. So
He has Cliffy behind him. Sorry to interrupt.
that's
Jess.
fine.
But Yuri, I don't think he'll be fighting this one bit. Literally, Cliffy is literally having to lift off the throttle at the swimming pool section. Will he go for a dive down the inside of the Rascas? No, he does not. Pretty sure he'll get an exit. Very good exit out here, as he does indeed. Yuri's not even going to bother fighting it.
No.
And that is the P6.
Yep, Cliffy up to P6, so he's still back in his race. It's not over yet, because he's on the fresher rubber, which we'll get to the end of this race as well. I'm just looking at the deltas between each of the tyres. 5/10 between the softs and the mediums, 1.7 between the softs and the hards. So Cliffy, I would say, will catch up to Sam, but I don't think anyone else, I don't think. It depends when the medium runners will pit. So Panos will be your net race leader once the ones that have been there since the start go in and box, as Flexi and Kieran are having a nice battle for P4 of this race. Could be on for some good points there. Newgarden has probably followed my mantra as well and boxed as well onto the softs. And Carl is doing the same. Sam is following him in. Kieran as well. So the only drive, and I wonder if Ryan Berry is probably going to get the signal soon, but only drivers out the front lot to not pit is Matter. So, but I don't think Matter has gone past the pit yet. So he's got a comfortable gap, so that's probably why. But no matter where he comes, he'll probably be at a comfortable position anyway, but he'll come out in second behind, in front of Cliffy. Because obviously...
Ooh, sorry, Jess.
Oh, Kev. we tend to interrupt each other quite a lot here, but Sam, I think Sam has got past pretty much some of these other drivers and could get past Tony as well. Oh, Tony going a bit wide, actually. This could be a moment to the hairpin. Wow. Good on Sam. That was brilliant. Nicely controlled and took advantage of other people's mistakes as Matter, the last of the front runners, to box onto the softs. And I think Kev will be boxing soon, as well as Ryan Berry, and those two will make those tyres work until the end. So Matter just comes out of Sandevot now, and he's heading into turn 3 to finish off 11 laps of this Monaco Grand Prix. It's gone very quickly so far, probably because there's been no VSCs, no safety cars. Can we last a race around VSL with no VSCs or safety cars? We've had quite a lot last season. Could we have a race where we see none? Let us know in chat, as Kyle has gone into the pit. So has he got damage?
I think he's lost his head a bit here, because he had to pit originally because he had front wing damage, and now he just seems to be clouting the barriers everywhere. I think it's just sort of, yeah, I'm not surprised that. I think he must have had like floor damage or something, because when there was that side-by-side action, his car just didn't look right. So
no.
It's unfortunate there for Kyle. He was having a strong race, actually. It was in the middle of nowhere, but yeah, it's Monaco, I'm afraid. Look, we had Pete, who's out, Kyle, who's out, known good drivers and racer winners in Jacko car, so they are quick drivers. So
and race winners in VSL as well, for Carl's sake.
Oh yes, indeed.
Yeah, I think I've seen quite a lot of these guys win in the past as well. And let me just check how many penalties Panos got. He's got 6. So if Matter gains 1.3, like 1 second now on Panos, which is going to be 5 tenths a lap, he's already gaining rapidly. He's going to get the race win.
He's going to get the race win. I'm touching mud now, but
I can't, because obviously my computer's a bit too further away. I've got a new mic arm a few days ago. Well, I got it delivered 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I only got round to setting it up with my dad a few days ago, and it's great. But that means I'm a little bit further away to my mouse and all that. So, but anyway, lap 30 and 39, we're about to start lap 31. It is basically matters to lose right now, as he's got no penalties. Only other drivers to not get penalties is Kev, Ryan Berry, and that's it. So, 3 drivers penalty free. They may be on warnings though, but let's hope they do not get penalties. As I found out, so easy to get penalties around here if you do not like the track.
Top 8 are on the lead lap. 9th below have been lapped.
Ooh, that is interesting. That just shows that the top 8 are pretty much on the league of their own right now, and I think those are the only 7. I think 8 pretty much, apart from Ryan Berry. Ryan Berry's having a good race as well in 9th, but Ryan Berry's keeping it cautious, whereas the top 8, they're just having a race of their own, a race of attrition. I don't think they got damage either, apart from Cliffy obviously, and a few other drivers. But Kev will be the last. Is Ryan Berry going to box as well? I think as Kev recently has boxed, so that just leaves one more driver to complete their mandatory pit stop. And that will be it then. Ryan Berry all stays out. He's making those tyres last a fortune, isn't he?
30 laps on the medium. He must be in puncture territory now.
He definitely is.
Safety car now. I'm just looking at a front left tyre. I don't want it to delaminate.
It's looking a bit. It's hard to tell on this game actually, and sometimes the tyre information does pop up, but it rarely does. It does on PC quite a lot, but on PlayStation, I don't see it a lot. So, Cody, that is something that you should do. Put the tyre info more often, or make it so we can toggle it. Oh, Kieran on the back of Flexi, and he gets past into Sander Rott, so another Uzi overtake for him, and he's up into 4th place.
Flexi's saving fuel.
Flexi is saving fuel because he is in the yellow as well, and he's not lapped, so yeah, he's got to work hard to conserve fuel. Kieran's on 9 seconds worth of penalties though, so Flexi will be ahead anyway, so I think that was the reason why he didn't fight too much.
Again, we're seeing drivers having to now save fuel because they're now realising, look, there isn't going to be a safety car, which is unheard of around Monaco.
I think this is going to be the first ever race I've commentated with no Monaco safety car.
Even on?
Pardon?
I hope it's on.
Am I allowed? Can you just double check for me?
I'll have to have a look. I'm not sure if I can actually see.
You should be able to.
Yes.
So I don't want to go on to settings anymore, but
Oh yeah.
because we had a moment yesterday in Jacko car where we didn't have a safety car until I think towards like lap 30 or something, and we were like, there were so many instances, there was like no safety car, and I was like, how come? Whereas Yuri's got past Tony into turn 1 again, so Yuri up into 6. But yeah, we were like, is safety car on? Increased. Okay, so I think the drivers are a lot cleaner than we thought, and the damage that people are getting is a bit minor, so that is probably why. So that's not looking good for Matt Ryan, who's predicted that there's going to be 3. I predicted that all 5 were going to be used, to be fair, so boy was I wrong.
I think everyone's picture. We've got a Ferrari and the Mercedes just trying to unlap himself from Ahmed. In the Mercedes, I think that's the 2nd lap now. He's been lapped, is it? Yes, he is. He's now 2 laps behind the race leader. But speaking of which, Mata 2 seconds behind Hanos now.
Ooh.
As we have
Yellow flag, could there be a safety car? There's someone that's parked, that's a Red Bull. It's not Yuri, it's Newgarden. His wing is completely gone. And
He's lost front wing too.
Yes, he's lost. I think he lost it quite multiple times actually. Oh, his front wing, his rear wing I think's gone as well. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Can we look at the back of it?
Of who? Sorry, New Garden?
New Garden. Oh, no, his rear wing's fine. Okay. It's just his front wing, but he needs to go a bit slower. And I'm just looking at the gap. He can, as long as he keeps it cautious, he can still get points because of the gap. But you can see Ryan is catching, so he may have lost his chance on points here today, but that's probably the least of his worry. He's probably now going to focus on actually finishing this race. As New Garden comes into the pits for the fastest lap chase. I think that's what he's going to hope for right now, which is doable for him. But I think Mata is now going to be on the Panos charge to get the race win on track, because even though he will win it on penalties, you always want to win it on track, don't you?
Oh, for sure. But Mata will know not to take too many risks now. He has literally stayed out of the wall, stayed out of trouble. I'm touching wood here because I don't want to jinx him, but we know how much of a consistent driver Mata is, so I'm hoping this is not a jinx, but yeah, it's been a very solid race so far for Mata. At the moment, my driver of the day, but we still have a race to run as we've got a yellow flag, which I believe it's just a back marker or letting someone on the lead lap through.
Yes, indeed. Not that long to go to the end now, so, and only full retirement, so that is pretty good going as well, even though we kind of wish we had less, but it took a while to get our first retirement anyway, so fair play to everybody. And I do agree, Mata will not take any risks at all, because an extra how many points in the championship could make a difference between winning or losing. So, but is Mata going to get a move done in the tunnel? He does not. You got to get the car slowed down in time to avoid a time penalty, as the number 43 is chasing Panos down. Panos will not get the win here, but he will take a very comfortable second place, I believe, as long as he doesn't get another penalty. As we're on lap 37. So many drivers of the day nominees so far, but Mata has had a let me have a look. Where did Mata start?
P3 Kai. Actually, to be fair, Kai, as Mata is literally making his car as wide as possible to try and get past Panos, but in fairness to Kai, he's had a solid race as well too.
Yeah, up 7 places. 7 places in this race. To be honest, he wouldn't predict to finish in 4th, but I was expecting him to. This is his first season on the wheel. He has never raced in Monaco on the wheel before, so. And to be honest, racing around Monaco on the wheel was a lot easier than on the pad, so. But,
for sure.
And to be honest, I would put him as one of my nominations, even though there's no vote for anything, because you have to adapt to a wheel so quickly, and to nail it around Monaco is pretty good. And I don't think he's got that much damage this race so far, and he's not going to get a podium, but he's going to get some decent points. And with his first race as a reserve driver, I will take that.
I think I'm tempted to see if we can put a poll up actually on to the VSL Twitter, because I'm actually unsure who to give it to, Mata or Kai. So far I'm touching wood, but we're on the penultimate lap now, I believe.
Yes, we are, as the leader's just past Sandoval now. As I don't think Mata's going to challenge too much unless Panos makes a mistake. As Cliffy's in the pits, but he's got a comfortable gap anyway. So, yeah, he's going to go for the 2 fastest lap points, which anyone can get regardless if you're a reserve driver or not. So why not try that? Because he is very brave in doing so. So Cliffy comes out.
I hope he's enjoying his race though, Cliffy. This is his first VSL race, isn't it? So I hope we see him back. But it's great to see him battling for the lead actually with Panos. It was unfortunate how it ended with Kyle, but
he still finished. He's still going to finish in P3, which for him is pretty remarkable. But what could have been, I think, for the Aston Martin driver. But as we're about to start the final lap, and This is where risks are made, but we'll see what Mata can do. He's got the DRS then. Battle for the lead on track, even though it's not going to end that way due to penalties. Mata going to go to pass Sander. He's going to go for the move. Bravo, Mata. Bravo. That was amazing stuff there. He didn't have to do that because he hasn't got any penalties, but like we were saying earlier, he wanted to get the move down on track, but he's got the red fuel flashing light. This can't be for Mata. Please don't run out of fuel, because if he runs out of fuel, Panos could win this race.
And he has loads of ERS as Panos. He has 80% ERS to Mata's, I believe, 15%.
So let's hope Mata has got enough fuel to get to the end. Otherwise, he's probably going to have a situation where he's on low fuel mode, but we can't tell, obviously. Has more yellow flags as Matt Ryan is being passed by Ahmed, or Matt Ryan probably binned it, I don't know, but
and he's a lap behind as well, and he's already out of fuel.
Oh, so there we go. But let's go on board with Mata. I think he's going to have enough fuel across the line, and even if he does go on low fuel mode across the line, it doesn't matter. Mata wins the Monaco Grand Prix from third on the grid. Panos in second position. Cliffy going past the back now. Hits the wall for good measure, but it doesn't matter. He is going to get P3. He's purple sector 2. So he is going to try and go for the extra point for fastest lap. Don't know who's got it at the moment though. It's him at the moment, but he's looking to solidify his fastest lap. 1:10.0. Wow, that's crazy at the moment. But Kieran, solid drive for him. He's also running out of fuel, but I think again, like Mata, he's going to have enough to cross the line. He's wiggling. He's very happy with himself. Comes across the line in fourth, and his AI bins it across the line. Lovely. And Yuri, he's flown under the radar actually today. He's had a solid race. One of his best results in a while actually. Slots himself into P5, gained 1 place. I'll be happy with that if I was him. Tony in P6, and the last car on the lead lap will be Tony. Or Kev, I can't remember. No, it's Kev. So 7 drivers, I believe, were on the lead lap. So there we go. As the drive of the day in game goes to Kieran, but we would like to hear your thoughts in the chat, who you think as well. We'll see if the other admins like us getting a poll together. But here is the Monaco Podium, and Mata has Devon Butler, I think. Yes, he has. Typical. I am torn between giving it to Mata or Kieran. I don't know.
I think we need a poll. I might see if we can get a poll up on this.
Mata, you do the honours, or whoever's got access to the Twitter account, because I don't.
I'll send a message to the admins.
Yeah, there we go. So your podium is there. So here, run through your results. So Keva's also flown under the radar as well, up from 10th to 6th. And Tony as well from 9th to 7th. Great result from them. So we'll go Mata, Panos, Cliffy, Kieran, Yuri, Kev, Tony, Flexi, Ryan Berry, and then Newgarden. Ahmed and Emran are your final point finishers. Cliffy gets the extra 2 points for fastest lap. Deck does unfortunately not finish because he's disconnected. Mike is your last finisher, and your retirements are Kyle, Pete, Risky, and Hayden. Only 5 retirements from this race tonight, which is fair play. And no VSCs, no safety cars, and the driver that made the most pit stops was Mike. So we were close. I said 5, and Mike was 6. So I was 1 over. So there we go.
Wow.
So, that was a race. And the first VSL Monaco race to have no safety cars or VSCs. So that is a record there.
Yeah, so I'm a bit speechless. I'm just so surprised there's been no safety car, honestly, Jess.
Me too. I think VSL has set the bar very high for safety cars around Monaco. Lack of them. So if there's another league that has also had no safety cars around Monaco, let us know. And if you think you could challenge us, go for it. Next week, I believe we're at Baku. I might be wrong, but it's either Baku or Canada. I don't know which way round it goes. It's either one of those two. But whichever, I think it is Baku. I'm just going to go with that. Actually,
it is Baku, yes.
Yeah, I was right. I was trying to remember the real life Canada all of a sudden because we are following the real life Canada. But Baku, another street circuit. Some people love it better than Monaco or hate it. Do you prefer it to Monaco or?
Oh yes, I love Baku. I've always loved Baku, me.
Yes, I think quite a lot of people prefer Baku as well, but I'm almost certain there's going to be safety cars in Baku, not going to lie. So if you want to join us, make sure you subscribe to the VSL YouTube channel to watch our streams live. Because if you're watching this back, I don't know why you don't watch it live. We stream every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm not going to be here on next Wednesday for Baku, sad times, because I love commentating Baku. One of my favourite races of the season, and I get to miss it. I'll still be watching it, because I'm away on a work event in London, so I won't be able to make it. So Matt will be on his own next week. But I had to experience it a few weeks ago, so now it's his turn. So you will see Matt same time next week at 8 p.m. Make sure you check our sponsors, rogueenergy.com. You can use the code VSL F1 for 10% off. Matt, any final words before we wrap up?
Not that I'm aware of the platforms. Thank you, everyone, who watched a clean Monaco Grand Prix, even on increased safety cars. No safety car, but I will see you next week. And it's a shame you won't be in the comments watch, Jess, but you have opportunities to take, which it's very great to hear. So,
yes.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Yes, thanks for watching, and we will leave you to it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We will see you next week for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Goodbye.